A question will come in an exam room. The question will come in an exam room, and they will ask you, what does this thing, each one of this thing mean? What does this thing mean? What does this one mean? What does this mean? All of them, understand? So here, how can you explain? For you to explain these things, you must know what is infinite. Understand? What is infinity? Understand? Infinity is what is a very large number that no one can divide. That number is undefined. No one can even define that number. Understand? So let's explain why. What does this thing mean? Using intuitive definition of a limit. They won't say use intuitive definition of a limit. They will say, what does this mean? You have to make application of what? Intuitive definition of a limit. Remember, the keyword is what? In words. In words, not mathematical symbols. Understand? F of x is a mathematical symbol. Ne? F of x is a mathematical symbol. Infinity is a mathematical symbol, meaning that we don't want to see this whenever you are explaining this. Ne? Then your first point will be like this. Ne? It will be as x gets closer to a but not equal to a. The reason why I did not include this sign, not equal, is because this is a mathematical symbol. We said use words. The keyword is what? Use in words. Words. Understand? So point and continue with your point. You tell them, don't say f of x. F of x is a mathematical symbol. Say the function. The function gets closer to a. The function gets closer to what? To a very large what? A positive number. Meaning is what? It's increasing. It's increasing. Understand? Then point number 2, you say what? As x gets closer and closer to a but not equal to a, the function gets closer and closer to L. Understand? Keywords are closer and closer. Ne? Closer and closer. Here we have a single closer. Closer is the keyword where we double. Ne? Then the last point, you say what? We can make what? The function. We can make the function arbitrary closer to a very large positive number. Understand? That's your point. This is how you can explain what does this thing mean in words. Understand? So let's check if they replace what? If they replace this a by what? They're just replacing. If you know one format, you are done. They replace a with infinity, then infinity with n. They put what? They put a infinity here. Let me remove this. They put infinity here. They put an infinity there, which means they are going to put an infinity here and L here. So whatever you're going to do, you're going to remove whatever you had and replace it. Ne? You're going to remove the A. Ne? You remove the A and include it by what? Included by what? By a very large positive number. A very what? Let's not use the step, it will confuse you. Let's go on with the normal needed things. So point number 2, how can you explain point number 2? Point number 2, you have this. In words, remember. Understand? Point number 1 will tell them as x gets closer to a very large positive number, function value gets closer to what? Gets closer to what? To L. This L. Understand? Point number 2, you're going to say as x gets closer and closer. You must enjoy these things that are simple. Gets closer and closer to what? To a very large what? Large positive number. Understand? Then function gets closer to what? To L. Ne? Meaning we can make the function arbitrary closer. Please go and check that spelling of arbitrary, that is correct, ne? Because you know, right, as mathematicians, the English, we don't know. Arbitrary closer to what? Arbitrary closer to L by making x closer to what? X closer to a what? To a very large positive number. Understand? That is the statement that you're gonna use. Ne? So let's go and check another point. How can we explain that point? Let's go and check that point. The point is point number 3. We are done with this point. We're done with this one and this one. Let's check point number 3. They're both are approaching what? Infinity. They will ask you, what does this thing mean in words? Point number 1, you're going to say as x gets closer to a very large positive what? Positive what? Sorry. remove my thing here. Yes. Positive what? Positive large number. Understand? Then meaning that the function gets closer to what? Closer to a very, meaning this thing, to a very large positive number. Another point you want to say, as x, don't be lazy, gets closer and closer to a very large positive what? Positive number. Then our last step of closing the conclusion is what? We can make the function arbitrary closer to a very large positive number. Understand? By what? By making x closer to a very closer. By making what? By making x arbitrary. I forgot the arbitrary. Arbitrary closer to a what? To a large number. Understand? This side is same application, just that this side we're approaching what? Large negative what? Number. Here's what? Large negative what? Number. Large negative number. Large negative number. Meaning, if you want to explain this side, you are going to replace this positive by what? By negative. You remove those positive values and replace them by a simple negative. Let me check it in here. Understand? You replace the positive with the negative. It's just the same procedure. And I thank you.